Hey guys, I'm here with my friend Dani. She's a professional makeup artist, and in today's video we just did this look right here. It's like really warm, beautiful eyes, nice bronzy look. The sun's setting, that's why it's like this. So yeah, if you guys want to stay tuned and see this beautiful look that Dani created, then just keep watching. And all the products will be listed down below. I'm gonna leave Dani's links down below too, so if you wanna go check out her Instagram and socials, then go check it out. And comment down below if you guys like this look. Yeah. Okay, see you soon. Bye.
So first I'm just gonna apply some moisturizer to her skin. I'm using a brush just for sanitary purposes, but you can always just use your hands. Whenever I'm doing more of a dramatic eye look, if you're doing something subtle, you don't have to do this, but I like to put moisturizer on first and then go in and do the eyes. So you let the moisturizer sink in before you put on your foundation.
So glowy. Like, look at that.
I'm gonna go in with some concealer on her lids just to prime them. And this is the concealer from Wonder Beauty. You can see. Now I'm just gonna blend that concealer using a blending brush. And the brush I'm using is by Luxie, which are actually cruelty free, and they're synthetic, so you don't have to worry about using animal products. And now we're gonna go into the One palette by Lawless. This is the only palette I've like really found has the colors I want when it comes to clean beauty, because it has a really big range of colors. So it's expensive, but I think it's worth it.
How much is it? $85?
$85.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, if you compare it to other clean beauty brands, like you're buying single shadows for most of the brands. So to get
like small palettes that are like only 6 shadows for like $50.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I think, especially now that we're not as advanced in clean beauty, like we don't have that many palettes, I think this is a good buy. Like, you do get a really big range of colors, and if you're somebody that is looking to transition into clean beauty, like me, like I'm transitioning right now, it's a really good dupe for like Anastasia shadows and a lot of other palettes that are in the market. I'm gonna go in with Complicated, which is this shade here, and I'm just gonna use it as a crease shade. They're really pigmented and they blend really nice, so I would go in with a little bit, tap off the excess, especially if you're going in for a crease shade, and just make sure you're blending in before adding more. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Next Level, which is this one over here. It's just kind of a lighter orange, and with the same brush I'm just gonna put it on the crease. And this is just gonna add a little bit of warmth to the brown we put on before. So that's how you want your transition to look. You want it to be very soft and blended, so you can go in with a darker color. I'm gonna go in with a more tapered brush, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Feels. It's this one here. It's a bit of a darker orange.
It's a very warm palette for sure.
Yeah, no, it's very warm. There's only like one cool color, and it's actually called Play Cool. And don't be scared to play around with the brighter colors like the oranges. Once they blend into the whole look, they really add more dimension to a bronzy look instead of just going with browns. You're going to be focusing the darker color on the outer V of the eye and also on the crease, but not as high up as the other colors were. And you can just add softly until you're satisfied with the pigmentation of it. Remember, you can always add more. You can't take away what you've added as easily. And now to soften it a bit, I'm going to go back into the blending brush and just buff it out. I'm just going to go into Butterflies, which is this yellow here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of it on my blending brush and go on the upper part of the crease, a little bit close to the brow bone. And it's just going to give me a nice transition from the orange. Open your eyes. Close. Now I'm going to go into a more tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Steady. It's this one over here. It's still like a warm brown. It's a bit darker than the shades we've used. And I'm just going to place it in the outer V of her eye and blend downwards. I'm going to add a little bit to the crease, but I don't want to go too into the rest of the eye because I don't want to create too much darkness, just a little bit of dimension. I'm going to go back into the other blending brush we used to blend it out and soften it up. If you have not noticed yet, blending is the key to everything. Just turn your face towards me. Open your eyes. Close. Now I'm going to go in with a pencil brush, and I'm just going to use a darker shade. I'm going to be going into DTR, which is the one over here. It's a much darker brown. So for this, I'm just going to use the tiniest bit with a pencil brush to really darken that outer corner.
What does DTR stand for?
I have no idea.
I only know what DTF stands for.
Yeah, I know. I thought that at first. I was like, that's what it is.
Down to rest.
Okay, that's me though. I'm always down to rest. Down to rave.
No, I'm not a raver.
No, me either. Was not in the cards for me. It was too awkward.
Down to... I don't know.
Down to rugby.
I feel like Down to Rest is my fave.
Yeah,
most
down
relatable.
Yeah. Always want to rest. But then when you get sick and then you have to rest, you don't want to rest. Open your eyes. Close. I'm gonna go into Down to Rest again. What we've named it. And I'm gonna use my blending brush, tap off the excess, and just tap on a little bit and blend it in. I find this shade is a little bit harder to work with than a few other ones in the palette. But if you tap it in and blend, you should be okay.
I feel like there's a lot of like kickback with some of these.
Yeah, I honestly, for me, I find that kickback doesn't bother me. I usually do eyes first in any situation. Like when I'm working on clients, I'm always doing eyes first. It's more of blendability for me that is my concern, and pigmentation. Like I'll take kickback over like bad pigment any day. I'm just gonna go back into Steady, which is the brown we used first, this one here. And I'm gonna use this brush, which is a very tapered blending brush. It's a little bit more dense. It's gonna give me more pigment. And I'm going to place it right on the crease and blend out. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, on the crease, and blend out. And I'm just making sure the darkness is even on both eyes, so Gabby doesn't look lopsided. I'm gonna go back into the color we used at first, the lighter orange, with the tapered blending brush we used, the fluffier one, and I'm just gonna blend out this part of her eye, add a little bit from the darker shade in, and a little bit of that darker orange as well, just to create a transition between those colors. Now I'm gonna go into Fling, which is this one here, and I'm probably gonna mix it with a bit of Crushing, which is this one over here. And I'm just gonna press it down onto her lid. So the pigment of this one is not crazy pigmented. I would probably wet it or spray it before. Open, close, out. But if you keep pressing it and you use a shadow brush, like a shading brush instead of a blending brush, you're really going to get more pigment than if you didn't. I'm gonna add a little bit of Obsessed, which is this one over here. Oh my god, this one over here. Just to the end to create a shimmery transition. And I've lost the ability to speak. And I'm gonna go back into my blending brush and just gonna blend out the top and the back of the eye. Look, open, close. Now I'm gonna go in with Crushing, which is the lighter shade I showed you, which was also glittery, and I'm gonna put it in the inner corner and mix it with Fling. I'm gonna go back into Fling and just build it up a little bit more. And I'm gonna do the same thing on her other eye. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the face. And the first thing I wanna do is wipe off any excess powder. I'm just gonna use a clean brush for that. I'm just gonna wipe it away.
Pink Lady apples are the best. Oh shit.
So I'm gonna use some concealer under her eyes first. And this is the one we used before, just the Wonder Beauty concealer. I really like it because it's a concealer brush, but it's not as dense, so you can still blend with it. I like to use it to blend in the product, and then I like going in with a sponge to make it seamless. But when you use a sponge right away, it tends to suck up the product and you end up getting less coverage. So especially when you're using concealer, you really want to amp that coverage so you can use less foundation. Now we're going to go into foundation. I like to apply foundation with a brush first, and then to go in with a sponge. As I said, just for maximum coverage. So for foundation, I'm just going to put a little bit in the back of my hand. So you have a foundation that's a little too dark, but your concealer is a bit lighter. Just put a little bit down your T-zone and it's going to brighten up your face and also highlight you. Now I'm going to go in with the sponge. Imagine if this was like full coverage though, and it was too dark for you. Tragic.
Yeah, thankfully it being like the teeniest, more on the sheer side, I think it makes it easier to get away with it.
Yeah, it does. We're still gonna just blend out your neck a little bit more. So I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer, just a little bit here, a tiny bit down the nose, and a little bit on the forehead, just to make the illusion that the foundation is not too dark.
Yeah. It's funny, I was gonna film it. Like, maybe I'll try filming an ASMR skincare routine. Just because I like watching them, but then I was like, that seems difficult.
Oh my god. An ASMR skincare routine is gonna be so weird. I've seen them though. There's a lot that they just are like, oh, like, and now I'm gonna put this cream on you.
I know. But it wouldn't be like, there's a lot of role play ones, which I wouldn't do. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, that's the ones that I've seen. It's like,
no, like it's like you just like tap on like the products and like jar sounds, lid sounds. Love lid sounds.
What a strange world.
I know.
You have grandkids and you're like, oh, yeah, when I was young, I would listen to lid sounds.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Clean Beauty, Dani and Gabby talking nonsense edition. I'm not a big fan of using powder, to be honest.
I'm not either. I kind of like the dewiness.
I like doing this. I also think that powder ages you. It just does. It makes your fine lines more noticeable. So what I like to do is to use a setting spray, and that's it. But when you're using a concealer, you do want to at least tap a tiny bit of powder, especially if it's a more dewy concealer. You don't have to go crazy on it. Like, don't bake if that's not your jam. You know, if it is, then by all means.
So is there powder on this now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there isn't. I'm just gonna fluff a little bit under with a blending brush. So I'm just gonna grab the tiniest bit, put it on a blending brush. This is the Lawless powder, by the way. The Seal the Deal. Guys.
We used
I'm really good at this.
Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. This is in the shade Salinas, which is too dark for me, but not much, just a little bit.
So when you're gonna add powder, you want to add a little bit of powder before. Doesn't need to be crazy heavy. You're not baking. It's just to ensure that the product's not gonna make your foundation patch up. So you don't have to put it all over your face. You're just gonna put it where you're gonna apply the cheek product, because you don't want to take away the dewiness.
Yeah.
I see so many people like buy like dewy foundations and then they like bake their whole face, and I'm like, well, you've defeated the purpose. So just on the cheek area where you are gonna be blending the powder. So I'm gonna use this one, and it is a bronzer from Hand Cosmetics. I really like it because it's very cool toned. I'm gonna use it to contour the tiniest bit, just under her cheekbones. And when you're contouring, people tend to go way like too far. When you're doing just a subtle contour, you want to keep it here, because realistically the shadow of your cheekbones is not going to be as intense unless you have very, very chiseled cheekbones to go all the way here. So when you're contouring, you want to keep it more to the end of the face and focus the shadow on actually mostly like your hairline. And let it taper down. Do the same thing on the other side.
I find this is like the only non-toxic cool tone, like true cool tone.
It's the only one I've seen too. I find like I've tried a bunch, not for contouring but for bronzing, and I find like Nude by Nature turns really red.
Yeah, that one's really orangey red.
Really orangey red, which works if you're more of a medium skin tone, but even for contouring in general, you're trying to go for a cooler tone.
Like I love warm tone bronzers, but yeah, if you're gonna contour,
you need something more ashy. Even if you're medium skin tone or deeper skin tone, you want cooler tones because shadows are more on the gray range. So just think of what color like your shadows look like on your skin. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more to this side, blend it out. I'm just gonna blend out a little bit here, and I'm using this brush. It's dual fiber. I really like these because they are more separated.
I love dual fiber brushes for like blush and stuff too.
Yeah, they give a really nice subtle
diffused.
Yeah, they really diffuse really nicely. For bronzer, I'm more of a fan of a big fluffy brush. We're gonna be using the W3LL People bronzer. This one is the Bio Baked bronzer.
It's only one color. It's a natural tan. It's very nice.
And I'm going to use a very fluffy brush. I love using very fluffy brushes when it comes to bronzer. I find they give a really nice diffused look. And once you've already contoured, using a fluffy brush for your bronzer is just going to give you that sun-kissed glow. I find a lot of people think that bronzer and contour are the same thing. But bronzer, you're trying to give warmth to the face. As to contour, you're actually trying to make shadows and make a little bit more of cooler tones in that area.
Day to day, I mostly just do bronzer.
Yeah, bronzer is my go-to.
I'd rather look like glowy and sun-kissed than like super sculpted. Also, if you're doing like super quick makeup.
Yeah, you don't have time.
Just toss on that bronzer.
Yeah, bronzer is my go-to as well when I'm using just like foundation, brows, bronzer. That's all I'm putting on. I'm not like a blush person. Like I like certain blushes, but I'm not like on my.
I sometimes like will like put blush or bronzer on my cheekbone or on my cheeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like bronzer, you can put all over your face. If it's like the right shade for you and it's not too cool or too warm, you can just bronze it up. And I'm just gonna bronze under her jaw and just a little bit down her neck because this foundation's a little dark.
I can't wear a turtleneck in this weather.
Yeah,
that would be like my secret. I would just wear turtlenecks in the winter if my foundation was too dark and blend my foundation to here.
Yeah,
and then wear like turtlenecks
all year tan.
Yeah, And then my hand would be like here and be like white. I'm like, yeah, story of my life.
So I'm gonna add a little bit of blush to her cheeks, and I'm actually using the Kosas pressed powder blush in contrachroma.
Contrachroma.
And I'm putting this on her cheeks and just diffusing it with the brush. Yeah, it's super pigmented. The thing that you can do if you wanted to tone it down is just use another brush that's clean, and you're just gonna blend it out. It goes really well with Gabby's complexion too. Like, peach blushes are amazing if you have a bit of a yellow undertone. They work really, really nice. They still look beautiful on anybody, but it really brings out the warm undertones of your skin. So for eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Plume eyebrow pomade in the shade Ashy Daybreak. And I'm going to be using a really tiny angled brush. It's this one over here.
Teamwork.
When you only have two hands. And I'm going to make hair-like strokes along her brows. For brows, I like to do them on
the same side.
Yeah, on the same side.
Guys, my brows are like so nice right now.
Yeah, you have nice lashes too, like they're pretty long. Just so you guys know, these are all of Gabby's products, so you don't think I'm like a dirty makeup artist. I'm like not using disposables.
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's okay. And whenever you have like that instance where you get like a little bit of mascara on the top of your lid.
Oh, you just eyeshadow?
No, you just wait like till it dries, and then you're gonna use a clean brush and just brush it. It's gonna come off.
Whoa.
Tips.
It's just
Did it just go, oh my god.
It just blinded me.
And then blinded myself. I'm gonna go into the shade Crushing from the palette. It's this one here. And I'm gonna put it in her inner corner.
You know when like beauty gurus on YouTube will be like, look at my palette. Oops, I blinded you. I'm like, I don't think it actually like blinds the other person, like the person watching.
No,
it's the camera.
Doesn't.
But that literally blinded me.
I'm gonna go into blending brush, grab a little bit of Next Level, which is the orange we used at the beginning, just to blend out that highlight with the rest of her eye. And in the meantime, I'm taking away all the little mascara. I find that when you curl your lashes, you're more likely to get those little mascara spots.
Yeah, because my eyelashes like hit my eyelid.
Do you want to be gentle with it? You don't want to go too crazy? And when it's dry, mascara tends to crumble off, so. So I'm gonna go with the Lily Lolo lip pencil. This one here. The shade is Soft Nude.
That lip pencil's only like $13 Canadian. So.
Oh, that's so good.
And I got it on sale from Socialite Beauty when they were having a 25% off sale, and it was like $9.
So I'm gonna use the Wonder Beauty.
I haven't used this before.
Lipstick.
Just got it.
It's a beach balm.
I think it's like a tinted lip.
Yeah, it's like a tinted lip balm, and the shade is Dulce, which means sweet in Spanish. I'm gonna put that all over her lips.
Very hydrating.
Yeah, very dewy, very hydrating.
Which is what I need. I have dry ass lips.
And then I'm gonna go in with a lip brush just to make it crisp.
Oh yeah, it's really balmy.
Whenever you're using those products that are a bit more balmy, it's really nice to use a lip liner before,
Mm-hmm.
because they do tend to feather a bit more, just because of the consistency.
It kind of gives you the appearance that you're wearing like a little bit of a gloss.
Yeah, it's honestly one of those things that it's like your lips look better.
Mm-hmm. It truly is, and it's so moisturizing.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna go in some highlights. And I'm gonna be using this brush over here. It's by Delium Tools. Honestly, it's a special effects brush, but I like to use it for highlight because of the shape. If you have anything that's dual fiber and more loose, it's really gonna blend out your highlight. And I'm gonna be using the WL People Duo and the shade.
Bring it back.
Yeah, there we go. So it focuses.
They say that, does it say it's a blush?
Nude Glow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nude Glow.
Nude Glow.
And I'm just gonna blend it out. When you're doing a highlight and you don't want a lot, you just want to blend with the back of the brush from here, and it's gonna give you a softer blend.
I think this one's more of like a natural highlight too.
Yeah, it's a natural highlight. It's not gonna give you like blinding,
Mm-hmm.
but it will give you a nice sheen.
Which I like. I like looking like dewy and like I'm glowing from within.
Yeah, I agree. It's also looks more natural
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to having like a stripe of highlight.
Though I do love a really good pop of highlight.
Yeah,
And it's like, whoa, like stroby. One of my guilty pleasures is watching those Instagram clips where people are applying like their
highlight.
just their highlight with like a big fluffy brush, and it's just like, oh, that's, I don't know.
I love it. Now I'm gonna go into the blush from the palette that I just showed you, and I'm gonna tap it off, and I'm just gonna use the tiniest bit just to blend out that highlight. You want to blend out the highlight with the blush.
This has a really nice sheen too, I find.
Yeah, all of the products that we've been using have like a nice glow, but the highlight, because of the color too, like it's more on the champagne-y side of things than the white.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look more like your skin. It'll really blend out nicely. Where else do you like to put highlight on, or just your cheeks?
I mostly do my cheeks. I sometimes actually put highlight here.
There?
Because I naturally like kind of,
Have a highlight?
yeah, and I do a little bit on my nose.
So we'll do a little bit on the nose, down the bridge, maybe a little bit on top. Then we're just gonna softly blend out some under the, like over the brow. And you can always add some under the brow too, like of the same highlight you're using.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unified. You can add it under here. I actually read that Rihanna's makeup artist goes from under the brow to here and just kind of sweeps it,
Mm.
and it creates like that dewy, glossy kind of glow.
All about the dewy, glossy look.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit to the brow and just blend it out here. And that's it for the eyes, the face, and everything. It's done.
We're done. Wow, look at that dew. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This is the final look. You guys saw it in the intro. You guys saw it kind of when I did a close-up. I love it. And now we're gonna go shopping.
Urban Outfitters.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go shopping with this look. Oh my god, this is like such like a nice, like, even with this shirt, I feel like it looks so like vacation.
Yeah, it's very glowy.
Very
We used the
vacation
Lawless palette, as you saw.
Mm-hmm.
100% worth the buy if you're into clean beauty, transitioning, if you're somebody that thinks I can't leave my palettes like from Sephora, I need something
Yeah.
that's gonna pack the punch. I really suggest the Lawless palette. I've been using like so many brands of like toxic makeup, and this was like the first big buy for me that helped me transition my eyeshadows. And
so many
it's
colors.
been working so well. The colors are great. You can create, like, it has a black, which is really important. So you can go from something like this and then add a little black later in the day, and then you have a night look.
Amazing. Okay, well, our camera's gonna die, so I will see you all in my next video. If you guys want to see Dani in another video and you want to do like either a more dramatic look or a more natural look, then let me know in the comments and I'll bring her back. Bye guys.
Bye guys.